Hey stringers, we're back in the Pocket Parlor. I'm Mike Sullivan, and today we're going to go over some a little more advanced top string techniques. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to string a couple different styles on this Rebel X with some East Coast mesh. And we're going to start this top string pretty much the same way we did everything else. Through the first sidewall hole, just doing a loop knot around the first diamond in the mesh. And just pulling it nice and tight to get a secure connection. So the first knot is one I've seen in more of like a box style or Canadian style stringing. I do it in any of my box inspired pockets. So the first step, we go down through that second diamond in the mesh. And on this one, we're not actually connecting any mesh to the scoop. I'm just going to do the standard top string knot. So down through the plastic and around itself without touching any mesh, and then up through the plastic and through the loop created, pulling it tight without going through any mesh, and then right back through that second hole in the mesh, pulling it tight right up to the scoop. I like to do this one. I think it pulls some of the mesh out in front a little bit lower and just removes some lip. The second knot I'm going to do on the middle two holes is, I call it the reverse top string knot. It's my personal favorite. I like the way it looks, and I like the way it pulls everything up. So you're going to go, the second step of a regular one is the first step. So down through the mesh, up through the plastic, through the loop created with the sidewall, pulling it tight. And then the second step is down through the plastic, back up through the mesh, pulling that tight. I'm going to move on to the second hole. I keep pulling my mesh along to make sure everything's sitting evenly. Down through the mesh, up through the plastic, down through the loop created. Once again, just pulling my mesh so everything is nice and even. The second step's going down through the plastic, up through the mesh, pulling it down tight. So then I'm going to go back to the first style I did, that Canadian style I was talking about. So down through that second to last diamond in the top string. And then I'm going to go down through the plastic and loop around itself, not connecting any mesh to the head. Then I'm going up through the plastic, down through that loop created, not connecting any mesh. Then right back through that second to last hole on the top string, just pulling it tight up to the scoop. And then I'm going to end it just like I started it. Down through the mesh, out that top sidewall hole, and then back down again into the mesh to loop it to the sidewall. Pulling it tight, and then tying a nice knot. So what that did was, I've got the nice reverse top string knot here, spreading out everything nice, and I've got my two Canadian inspired ones right here, pulling everything out. So those are two new top string techniques. Join us on the next time, and I'll teach you even more.